There's over 50 voluntary chaplains. These are people that could be doing all sorts of things, and they volunteer their time. Because I hope this doesn't happen to any of us, but at some point, maybe you'll call 911. Maybe it's a family member had a cardiac arrest, or God forbid, it's a traumatic situation. That is going to be the worst moment of your life. And you may find yourself very vulnerable, whether it's spiritually vulnerable or emotionally vulnerable. Having someone there who's a neutral party with a kind heart and a shoulder to cry on is essential.
It's very easy in a high-stress job to focus on your body and your mind, and that is it. It's hard to be reminded sometimes that there is more to the human, to the person in those stressful situations than just the body and the mind. They're out there even pushing the limits. After they merge the police and fire chaplaincy together into one big, strong organization, they're even pushing the limits for what they can do to provide resources, whether it's financial, educational, support resources, training, you name it. So I'm not only excited and proud to be here with you today, but I'm very, very excited and optimistic for what this chaplaincy is going to be able to do for our first responders in the city in the future. So thank you. This is very, very deserving.
As a field commander, as a lieutenant one night, I went out to a call, and there were some young officers there. And we were working a medical assistance call with the help of paramedics and fire. And unfortunately, the gentleman did not survive that. And our officers turned to us and said, "We got a problem, Lieutenant." I said, "What's the problem?" "The chaplains have an ETA of over 30 minutes. They're not going to be here for a while. What do we do?" And I said, "Well, we're going to have to make the notification to the family because they can't watch that gurney wheel out without their loved one, without a comforting word from us." And my cops go, "We don't know how to do that. The chaplains have been doing such a good job. We've never had to do that before in our career." You feel an incredible role, not just in terms of death notifications, but in standing beside the family when we have to go on to the next call and being there to comfort them and guide them through the process, to help them all the way up through the funeral and even afterwards with your follow-up care. The work you're doing with at-risk youth, runaways, and I just could go on and on about these folks. It's amazing what they do.
Truly, I'm humbled to serve, and thank you to the council and Councilmember Richardson and Carbasi for allowing us to be honored today. We serve silently. We serve kind of behind the scenes. Over 1,500 times last year, there was a family in need or an officer in need, and one of these amazing people here responded. They volunteer all of their time to go into people's homes and sit there after they've probably experienced the worst day of their life. They've lost a loved one or some trauma has occurred, and the amazing work that these people do stepping into their homes and oftentimes just sitting silently, sometimes praying, sometimes crying, but always serving. Truly is one of the honors of my life to serve alongside each and every one of these people and to serve in a city that supports an organization like the Police and Fire Chaplaincy and Project Stealth, and that where we value the mental and spiritual well-being of our city and our officers. But to be able to sit down occasionally and talk to them and talk about their marriage, talk about their family, talk about their issues that they may be having, it's just a little extra that we can give to the department and the firefighters in our city to make sure that they're healthy, which in turn makes our city healthy. So I'm truly humbled to serve alongside these amazing people and serve the city that I grew up in, the city that I love, and the city that someday I will probably die in. So thank you very much. I appreciate it.